I read that you played King Arthur in a...
I did, yes. An old King Arthur.
An old King Arthur.
With a beard like yours. Actually, a bit longer than yours.
What does he mean or represent for you, King Arthur?
Well, it's a bit of a medieval myth, legend thing. King Arthur and the Round Table. Lots of things. Monty Python did one. There's been a lot of films. Yeah, I know the young director in Spain. He's a big fan of ours and asked me to play Arthur. So yeah, it's cool. I like acting. I like doing all sorts of different things. Good fun.
Because did he play a role when you were younger already in your life as well, or story-wise?
No, I've done some bits and pieces. A bit of extra work and stuff. But no, not really. It's cool. Putting on all the makeup and acting behind it all. And I had to speak Latin as well, which is like, whoa.
King Arthur, one of his main things.
Yeah, one of his main things.
Which he is reckoned for. He fought against the Saxons.
He fought against the Saxons. Yeah, he did. I think. Well, in legend he did. Yeah.
In legend.
And yeah, a bit like Boadicea fighting against the Romans. Yeah, he did, and that film he did as well, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So which side would you support right now if you had to
Well,
choose?
I think Arthur was a little bit of he must have had some Saxon blood in him, No, I think I have to go with the Saxons, I'm afraid.
Was that something you had already when you picked the name Saxon? Were you aware of the historic values of it, or was just?
Well, we're aware. I mean, most people in England are from Anglo-Saxon, Norman Anglo-Saxon. I think there is some Celtic in the blood, but not as much as the Irish and the Scottish. So yeah, I think the connotations of the warrior thing with the heavy metal is always cool. I think maybe us and Maiden were probably one of the first ones, to do it.
But is it something you took over from them, or is it something you had a more profound interest in, maybe?
No, not really, not really. It was a guy's idea who worked at the record company to call us Saxon. And, it fitted because we were writing, fairly historic songs then, if not too much based on history, but based on mythical history, like Militia Guard and things like this on the first album. So, yeah, it fitted quite well.
Because team-wise, are there a lot of personal interests of you which make it two songs?
Well, I am interested in history, and I think we have made an effort in the last 10 years to connect the name to the music, to the whole, to the whole Saxon imagery that the band is. We do veer away from that and go more rock and roll sometimes. I think that's healthy. I don't think it'd be too healthy for us to go totally like, Saxon rock, like some of the Viking rock bands and things, because we're a little bit more based in rock and roll. But we like doing the Battalions of Steel and the Crusader, and I love that imagery. I love the medieval imagery and the Dark Ages. It's a period of history that interests me, and the age of chivalry. Whether it was like that or not, we'll not know. But if you read the books and the legends and the myths, then that's the age of chivalry with knights and people hacking at each other rather than firing guns is pretty cool.
Maybe that we don't know about it makes it more interesting as well.
Yeah, I think legend is a fantastic thing, and it grows with time, and it just fits in our genre, the heavy metal, heavy rock genre so well.
Because history-wise, you moved to France, if I'm correct. Did that also trigger maybe new interest history-wise?
No, I don't think so. Although France is a very, very historic place, and it's very linked with obviously the part that I live in, Normandy. All the English kings from William the Conqueror were Dukes of Normandy. Richard the Lionheart, all of them were linked to Normandy. So, the Normans fought the French. I mean, the Normans were basically a northern Viking tribe, and so were the Saxons as well. So all that is mixed up in the Celtic Viking Saxony thing.